guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
My favorite symbol is the tree of everything. Hey. Hi YouTube. How are you doing today? Happy Leo Day. Every day is Leo Day, even if it's not our birthdays. How's everyone doing today? So we got a little bit of a touchy subject here, right? We got children being stolen. Children, there's more than one child involved. And some scary stuff, huh? Let's see if I can turn this off a minute. Some scary stuff seems to be going on right now. And so, you know, I've studied her IG account, right? And I have some concerns. And then my group that we meet on Wednesday, we all kind of discussed it. And in discussing it, I just had more concerns. Oh, is it 12:12? Oh, 12:12 for Central. Yes. Love the numbers. Hi, 513 Diva. Hi, Stella Princess. How's everyone doing? Soul of Moon. She's like, coming with the daily bread. I know. The daily truth. Tracy, you were the first one to tell us to get toilet tissue. What's up with the brown Listerine going off the shelf? Oh, first of all, I didn't know they were going off the shelf because that now pisses me off. It's only the brown Listerine that will clear your throat from the COVID. The others don't really, but the brown one does. So that's why it's going off the shelf. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos. And if it's going off the, hold on a second. If it's going off the shelf, that will piss me the F off because I have just a little bit left. Oh my God. That's the good one, the brown list, but I didn't know that. Listerine. $34 for 2 bottles of Listerine? No, that's not happening. I don't care if it's brown or not. Somebody's selling it for $34. See, I will not be buying it. Well, here it is. Oh, for $9? I might get it for $9. It lasts forever, by the way. And I only used it, just so you all know, I only used it to clear the back of my throat before I went to bed and and when I woke up in the morning. I only used it to clear my throat, but I might get it. Who spends $9 for Listerine? Amazon. Oh, I hate Jeff Bezos. I really do. I don't care what you all say. He's a scumbag. All right, I'm over myself. Because I need it. Hi, Allie. Hi, the official CJB. Trybox.com. I don't have time. I don't have time. I already brought it. I'm disgusted with myself. All right. Are we good? Listerine mixed with peroxide will clear any infection in the throat. Ooh, child. Don't even. I did not know that. But you can gargle with peroxide, but be very, very careful with peroxide because you could drown. So I would not take pure peroxide. I would take peroxide, mix it in water, very, very diluted, and then gargle. But I forgot about peroxide, which I have plenty of peroxide. And thank you for that. It is a germ killer. Hi, Tiff. How you doing? Hi, Sly. Oh, my God, Sly. So, Tiff, Sly is from New York. And there's this store on 15th and 5th called Namaste. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. What a beautiful store. On my way to work, just thought to say hi. Hi, Sly. Come back and check out the video later. So I already brought it. I can't be so bothered because the big bottle does last me because I'm not necessarily gargling with it, right? I'm only using just enough to clear my throat in the morning and in the afternoon. This bottle is a huge bottle. Might have lasted me 6 months. Because you can get the regular one to gargle. Get the green one, the pink one to gargle. But that yellow one, that's the one from back in the day when there was no such thing as blue and green. Safe travels. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. I seen the pic. I'm going there this week. Yes. So Sly, whatever you show, I now share it with my group. So I hope you're one of those that consider joining the all men's group. For the tarot class. It's going to be in October. Sly. All men's tarot in October. Hi, Sin W. What's the broken heart for? By the way, talking about a broken heart. Let's clear the air about Haiti. 1, let's pray for Haiti. 2, no one is supposed to be living in Haiti. It's not our country. We weren't supposed to be there. Haiti's not cursed. We weren't supposed to be there. If anything, Haitians go back and sue the French. Haiti is on 2 fault lines, too. No one should live there. My God, people, it's not voodoo. It's not cursed. Don't say that about my people. Jesus Christ. Get an education. And stop putting Haiti in some voodoo ignorance. And it's called voodoo. And it's real. And it comes from the country of Benin, which is where our people were stolen from. Get a good morning. Get a grip, my peoples. Get a grip. Grow the fuck up. My God, Haiti must be cursed. No, we were cursed when they stole us. By the way, the French lost that war. The French lost $1 million. The French got their karma. Don't get it twisted. If you know a little bit of history, the French paid the price for stealing us. All right, Tracy, where you going? Paris, St. Croix. Didn't I tell you? Paris, I'm great, but I still join the class. Oh, Solar Moon, are you a guy? Hold on a second. I can't. Oh yeah, come join the class, Solar Moon. I would love that. Listen, for the men's class, I don't care if I have 1 person. I don't care if I have 20 people. I just want to see my menses in the metaphysical world, which they are growing. The menses are growing. They're growing on TikTok, but they are growing. All right. Oh, Paris. I'm sorry, sweetie. Thank you, Shanique. All is well. Hope all is well as with you, too. Thank you, Vitamex. All right. So, let's clear the air. Woosah the air and let's talk about Syesha. So, those of you that don't know Syesha, she is an American Idol, maybe a finalist. I'm not really sure how far she got. I stopped watching American Idol at some point. And she is also sells healthy food. She has a healthy food on IG channel. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta take care of my sister. Hold on. Oh, wait. How much? The people that take care of my sister are amazing. She got her nails and pedicure. Like, they just take, if they go get their pedicure, Tony gets her pedicure. Oh, yes. If they get their hair done, Tony gets their hair done. Let me see her nails. Send me a pic of her nails. God is so good to help me to find this place and have 6 caregivers. 6. But that's only because she is a real problem. She's a problem. Oh, guess what I found out? Talking about Sagittarians, she has a Sagittarian moon. Why am I not surprised? All right. I don't know how they come. How much? They're going to the fair today. Who goes to the fair in the middle of a pandemic? They do. Dummies. Well, it is what it is. There shouldn't even be a fair, but these kids have been in isolation for like 18 months. It was really bad. And then the house, one of the members in the house actually caught the COVID, but nobody else did. But they removed her, got her well, and yada yada yada. It's the new world experience, right? All right, let me see what everybody's saying. Hi, I am Kimberly. How are you? Hi, Tree. Hi, Malika. Hi, Jay Sahar. All right, Paris. Yes, I was reading her story this morning. Glad to get this catch. It's such a horrible story. Yes, everyone, it's a really horrible story. Okay, so let's break it down just a little bit so you guys can stay with me on this. Rhonda, we don't discuss the vaccine on this channel anymore. So you do what you feel is best in the state that you live in. I don't discuss the vaccines anymore. It's too important. It's too important to have one person's opinion, is the way I feel. So I leave it up to you. I leave it up to you to take responsibility. All right. So let's get it doing well. I missed you. Oh, thank you. I am Kimberly. Oh, no, Rhonda, don't apologize, but sometimes I just have to be emphatic in my decision making. I had already, if you notice on my channel, I just don't discuss the vaccine. Yeah, no, I don't discuss the vaccine because I don't know who's who out there, and I don't know what's what out there, and I just don't want people to like close down my channel because I am discussing the vaccine. I'm not a doctor. Thank God. I don't have that responsibility. And because I don't have that responsibility, nobody's paid me to even give my opinion. I just throw my hands up. It's too big of a deal. All right. And that's that. I can't even discuss more than that because it's just on you. But don't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. Okay, so guys, come on, let me know how much money. So when I go to St. Croix, I'm going to get training from a mother. Um, I'm so excited to meet this woman and to learn wound therapy for our women, right? I don't know what she's going to be teaching me, and I'm going for training, and I don't know how I'm going to use it yet. I just know I'm going for some education. I'm so excited to go to St. Croix just to have this new type of education. So excited. So excited. In any case, I text a lot of people in St. Croix to let them know that, I was definitely coming back. And so, oh my God, I'm so tickled black. I can't even. I'm so tickled black. Ooh, child. All right. And there's no such thing as clothes on the island. Nobody wears clothes. And yet, they're very snooty on the island. So there's modest, very, very modest, and then there's no clothes. And I will fall somewhere in the middle like this in shorts. Okay, so let's get back to talking about Syesha. Guys, I studied her Instagram account. I don't even want to go into it right now. And I want you guys to look at her Instagram account too, because her timelines are off, right? And so on her Instagram, you see there's a space where she's an American Idol. And then there's space where she's an American Idol. And then you get a picture or 2 or 3 of her pregnancy, right? And then you immediately get, after that, they took my son. And then you get all these pictures of her son. So somebody let me know if I'm wrong. If you see something different, let me know. But the pictures of her son are not in the proper timeline, right? Nor are they beyond a certain age. I think by the time they took her son away, he would have been, I don't know when they took the baby away. But the pictures that I see are anywhere, he's crawling. So does anybody know at what age they actually took the baby away? Because I got a little confused with her timeline. Also, there was nothing there that showed me the pregnancy of the second baby. Now, the reason why I became suspicious about what all this looks like is because I study faces too, and I study mannerisms, and I'm looking at, any videos that I could look at. And I'm looking at some of the words that she used. It's kind of like they stole my baby, peace, everyone. And it was like, I don't know if mentally if that goes together, right? Seems like it may have happened in February. 6 months old. Okay. Thank you, guys. In February. He should be about a year now then. Something seemed a little bit off. And I'm wondering if she is suffering from postpartum. One. I'm also wondering that if she was suffering from postpartum, could there be something there where the husband was a little controlling? And then they had this way of eating, right? And it seemed all beautiful and perfect and making these foods, but I'm just wondering if she was suffering from postpartum, which I believe she was. Is that the time for the husband to come in and pounce on her? And, well, But why? It's not that she came off IG. This woman is amazing. She has these full moon circles. Ugh, I'm not going to be there. Ugh, all right, it is what it is. All right. It's not that she came off IG, right? That's not what I'm picking up on. I understand if you take yourself off IG. What I'm looking at is after they took the baby, then she put up all these pictures of her baby, right? And I hear and I believe in her diet, right? I'm just wondering if the baby was at some point diagnosed with malnutrition. So I'm just wondering if there was something in the family's diet, right? So if she began to dry up, it could be because of the diet. Help me out here. And so I'm just wondering if the dad was like, if he doesn't eat, he doesn't eat. Like, he'll eat when he's hungry. Something like that. I know that the doctors encourage that, at least the first one. The other thing that I have some concerns about is why are we jumping to different doctors? You know, one of the things that it's really important, if you guys don't know this, one of the things that's really important is to stay with the same doctor. It's okay if you don't like one, find another one, but you can't hop to 3 different doctors. You can't hop to 3 different hospitals. I mean, I have a brother that abused his children, abused them. And one of the games was to hop to the 2 different hospitals in Staten Island. And then one of the babies, I promise you this, I don't even know where this baby is at this point, but you know, they do have a mother. One of the babies was born completely normal. And you can tell and he was the only one that kept having special needs children. The first one was normal and the subsequent ones wasn't. And he was feeding off of welfare, because you get more money when you have special needs children. I'm not accusing him of anything, but that was the family rumor. And then the very last one that was born that I remember, unless there was another one, he was born normal. He was born normal, I promise you. And then I said something to my brother, right? Because I wanted to stop him from abusing his children. So I said to him, I said, thank God this one is born normal, right? And then he called me a couple of days later, like yelling at me, how dare you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, listen, that's, you know, I'm just trying to say, I feel uncomfortable with how your children seem to start out normal and don't end up that way, right? And so my mom calls me, and my mom calls me months later, and she goes, Tracy, something's wrong with, I forget the baby's name. And I was like, really, Mom? Really? Another child? Are you serious? So I called CPS on my own brother. I called CPS on my own goddamn brother, because I had just had enough. How many babies are going to be born normal and don't end up normal? And then my family, my mom, she knew damn well, she told me this story, I was going to do something. So then my mom goes, CPS, you know, makes this big deal, makes a case. And my mom calls me and she goes, did you call CPS on your brother? And I said, no, Mom. No, I did not. And she was like, I think you did. And I said, Mom, I didn't. No. And then my aunt asked me, My aunt asked me, my Allison, Aunt Normie asked me, and I lied to her too. Because she thought I wouldn't lie to her, and I lied. I was like, no, I didn't. And I'm appalled that you guys would accuse me of that, right? But when my mama died, then I admitted to everyone that, yes, I called CPS on my brother. You know what? The family got mad at me. How dare you not tell us the truth? Hello? Hello? No, you guys are not going to annihilate me because I called CPS on my brother. So, the problem that I'm having here is she suffering from postpartum? Is her husband abusive? Does she know left from right, up from down? All right? Oh yeah, I did tell that story before, right? Guys, I do not play with children. Y'all get a clue. And when it comes to family, you know, I wish I would have called earlier. When it comes to family, I wish I would have called earlier, my brother. I would rather somebody watch the children than to keep making children for what I believe, the family believed, that he was literally making children to make money off of welfare. Oh, child. My brother's no longer living. He did not take care of himself. He was very abusive to his, I don't know if they ever got married, his girlfriend. And he even made a child with his girlfriend's sister. So this was a cult kind of thing in the fucking projects. I'm telling you, I won't lie. And ultimately, he was taken out by diabetes at the age of 49. So, very uncomfortable story to tell. And to this day, we don't know where the women are. We don't know where the children are. We're assuming that they're probably finally safe from my brother. All right. Wait, I remember that. I mean, to be honest, the moms were. Allison, I cannot with you. Oh my God, Allie. Well, to be honest with you, Allie, my brother couldn't handle a woman of high intelligence. He did pick a woman that had her own, you know, slowness. And yeah. Which is more of a reason to call CPS. Like, everybody just needs to be monitored. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Yeah, Jupiter, that doesn't surprise me. Jupiter says, my mother always cursed me out for holding bad family members accountable for their ostracious behavior. That's a Black thing. When we don't call out our family members for the shit that they do, especially the elders, we're talking about the matriarchs who, in my family, they're all passed. All of them are passed. And it's like, finally, the kids could breathe. And I mean their kids. And then their kids can breathe and start being honest. Because I did not come from a family that was honest. I don't think they meant not to be honest. I just think it was like, that's the way it is, and that's the way it is. And we were like, no, it feels uncomfortable though. But that's the way it is. And it's like, okay, all right. I don't have time to like argue, because you couldn't argue with the elders, right? Some men pick the women they can mold into the. Allison, I really can't finish this. So Allison's my cousin, and she's like, right? talking about my brother, some people pick the women they can mold into the perfect idiot. And that's what we saw. We saw my brother choose. It was weird. Ugh, God, it was so weird. And actually, Allison, it was your mother that told us that he was sleeping with both women. And I was like, that's impossible. That's not my brother. It turns out that's exactly what my brother did. Oh my God. The atrocities that go on in families. And he was probably the only one in the generation that did something so disgusting. There are other things that went on with the older group, but, as children were born, the generational curse hadn't been carried down. And then there's my brother sleeping with two twins. Oh my God. So sad. And then my mother just kept protecting him. And I think that was disgusting. Where it's like, yeah, make your son accountable. And he lied all the time. He lied to breathe. He lied and lied and lied and lied and lied. He didn't tell a single truth my whole memory from a child. He didn't tell a single truth. And that's why with my son, because lying also is a disease that gets carried down. With my son, when he began to lie, stop him, snatch him up, stop it. Ezra, he likes to exaggerate and lie, stop it. Check your son. And, ooh, child, I worked on my own child to make sure he did not come out like my brother. But I think lying is a disease in the family. Maybe not, but that's the way it's been coming down the line. And I really had to break my son, and now we're watching Ezra, and we have to break him of it too. All right. So with that being said, right, wait. So with that being said, the other voice I never get to hear in this Syesha drama is the father. Where is his voice? Where is his voice in this atrocity that's happening to this woman? Thank you. I don't even know what I ordered. I don't know what I ordered from Amazon. I hate Amazon. All right. Jeff Bezos sucks. All right. Some female relatives love protecting and defending male relatives but the girls get no love, no patience, no empathy. We get hard, rough upbringings. Absolutely. That's what I got. That's what I got. I got slapped and beat the shit out of by my mother for breathing the left. I went to put back milk, and then she slapped me, hard, and then said to me, you saw me reaching for the milk. Meanwhile, she had my brother sitting in the house. We had relocated to Harlem. Had my brother sitting in the house, protecting the house and not making him go to school. But I'm getting slapped for putting milk away. Ciao. It was rough. An hour-long video? Which one? I thought I studied. Which one? The very last one where they took the newborn? Is that the one you're talking about, Paris? Because I'm not counting that. That's when they took the newborn. Where is his voice when he broke down what has been going on? Where are these babies' pictures? The timelines are off. And guys, you got to trust me on this. The timelines are off. The timelines are off. I see a pregnancy here. Also, she's starting to look a little emaciated. And all the other pictures are of the baby are after the baby's taken away. Yes, this is PTSS mentality. Still carries to this day. We have to stop it. All right. So my question to the cards is Syesha getting abused by her husband? Because that would explain a lot. I mean, I'm just going by some personal experiences. I watch my brothers, I want to say wives, sister wives. Seriously, we have to shit in my family. Thank you, Paris. Right. Okay. Oh, this is on her channel. Okay. Yeah. I'm not buying this either, Paris. No, I'm not buying this. Oh my God, I love this. This is the cutest baby I've ever seen in the world. No, it doesn't mean, like, I'm not hearing his voice. I'm not, unless, oh, let me see something. Maybe he is talking, and I'm just judging too fast. Oh, this kid is so cute.
If you ever end up in a situation like this with CPS and you end up with a case or something like that, if you comply to a case plan, you will not be able to sue them because you are admitting to guilt. I want you to understand that. If you know you have done nothing wrong, if you know you've done nothing wrong and these people that came and tried to take your kids, stand your ground and stand your truth.
All right, we'll see how all this pans out for him. Because I think he's abusive, and I'm going to stick to that. Let's just see what the card says. Is Syesha, I can't stand to look at this. Is Syesha being abused? Thank you, Paris, by the way. I appreciate you sending that video. I think what I'm trying to say is, where are the videos in a proper timeline? And that's what's missing, the videos in the proper timeline. Even if she's off social media, where are the baby videos in the proper? Like, she's an American Idol. She's selling food. She's American Idol. Like, social media is her thing. Why isn't the baby there? At the time, is what I'm saying. So I just feel like something went awry. And I think the father might have controlled the whole situation. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I pulled too many cards. What Juniper say? I love the sound of shuffling cards. Do you really? Aww. All right. So before I begin this reading, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to IG. For YouTube, press the bell so that you can receive all notifications. And if you want your own personal reading, you can contact me at 213-458-7408. All right, guys, let's see what Spirit has to say. Please, God, talk to me about Syesha. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Syesha's your child, Father God. She's your love. She's your beloved. Please, God, authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. 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 So the first thing I'm getting is hidden path. The marriage of spirit and matter. So something is not, the story is not the story. All right. All right. There's a hidden path. And the sun is not shining through the forest. And it has something to do with money. And I'm going to stick to that. Hidden path. The next card I get is 9 of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection, right? Sometimes when I get this card, it's like the hearts are filled up, but they're starting to fall off the tree and spoil, right? Again, there's something here to do with money. So we got money issues twice. Now, the religious aspect on this card could be about control, right? Based upon someone's cultural belief system, right? It shows up in religion because I have nothing else to grasp at. But in this case, it feels like some sense of belief system or control in a belief system. This is the way we do things and we don't deviate from this. I really believe that something happened that triggered her. I believe she went through postpartum, and I believe that she was under a system that they had already begun to show the world how to live out in nature. But there's something about this that may have been controlled by the husband. I'm going to stick to that. Positive news, positive outcome. I think the attention that is being placed upon this could be positive in the long run, but it's also going to depend on the long run in terms of time, because it's really going to depend upon what level of cooperation is going to come from the mother, not the father. I do believe that she is absolutely in love with her children. I do believe that. I do believe she is hurting because it's in the past. I get a patient card. Be patient, right? But I don't like the number associated with patience. So either the child could be returned back to her when the child is 14 months old. I'm talking about Aman. But if one gets returned, they both get returned. But the number 14 bothers me. So it could be when he turns 14 months, she will get her child back, or she may have to wait an additional 14 months. I think it's going to be like, what's going to be the most important thing? The most important thing is to get your child back as a mom, right? I would say by any means necessary. I would say only because I had this experience, I would say if someone say, take 3 classes, you take 3 classes. I would say if someone say, we want to teach you how to feed your baby, I would listen. But I'm different, right? I'm not Syesha, right? I also don't have a man telling me what to do, right? And I said this before, my son did not want to suckle my breast. I was suffering from postpartum, and I think babies feel that. And so he didn't want to suckle my breast. And I spoke with my doctor, and I said, he's not suckling. And they were like, drink beer. And I was like, well, that's stupid. Like, I don't understand drinking beer to then fulfill my breast, to then have my baby drunk from beer, right? I mean, I might have had postpartum, but I wasn't crazy. But I was, right? Because that's what postpartum is. It's in a mental depreciation, mental illness category. It's temporary, but it still happens. And so I was not a fan of drinking beer. And then I was telling my family members, I was like, the boy's not eating. And they threatened me, all of them. They were like, you better feed that baby bottle milk. And I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to do the bottle milk thing. Like, I really want my baby to get the nutrients from my breast. But he just wasn't eating. And so my mom was like, if you don't feed that baby bottle milk, I'm coming over there. I'll take that baby from you. And it just scared me, right? I was trying to listen to the doctor, but my family members were like, don't listen to them. It was, just got so confusing. And I just didn't want to see my son suffer anymore. And I just gave him, and this was within days. This isn't like malnutrition. It was within days because he would take some, just not enough, and just a nightmare. And so I just fed him regular Enfamil or whatever, which was a whole nother nightmare because then you had to find the right Enfamil that his body could take because those things are shit. In any case, I speak too much on, baby milk. I'm not a fan of baby milk. I'm better with breast milk, but I wouldn't produce. And at some point, he didn't want it. And at some point, I didn't produce it. So it was just a nightmare. But my family threatened me. And I'm of gratitude. But imagine if I was out in the wilderness. Imagine if I was away from family. And imagine the circumstances. And you got to, I think she has a controlling husband. I'm going to stick to it. You have a controlling husband, blah, 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 blah. In any case, things will happen fairly fast if there's cooperation. The fact that there is public attention on this tells me that the Manatee authorities don't want to keep this baby. They're like, too much attention on us. So I think it's going to be up to the mother to figure out that she's going to have to do the right thing to just get her children back. And that means if she has to take 5 different classes, she might have to have a psychological evaluation. She might have to admit to postpartum. I think she gets the children back right away. I don't think the authorities want to keep this baby. They don't like the attention on it. All right. But the whole story is not being told. All right. Well, let's just discuss this one. I can't do like all this medical stolen babies. Also, Paris, I want to bring something very clear here. This is not a black-white thing. She lives in a white county. It's not black or white. Now, guys, you know me. I'm going to be fair. If I'm mad at the Karens, I'm going to be mad at a Karen. This isn't black or white. And for her to call it out and make it a racial thing, that's not what this is. There's something going on in the house. Period. That's what this is. Hi, Black Daddy. How are you? I get a King of Swords. I don't know the sign of her husband. I wish I did. But a King of Swords can be very stiff, very controlling, very unmoved. I get a Queen of Cups. Does anybody know Syesha's sign? Or this could be a mother figure. Yeah, a little bit of the Handmaid's Tale, vegan black version. There's also a Queen of Pentacles here. Does anybody know Syesha's 2 of Wands? It's going to take a while. Now I'm back to, I hate to say this, Syesha, but I think you and your husband are making it more difficult to get your children back. My 2 of Wands is another card of patience. This card here means 14 months. This card here means 18 months. I think it's going to be a while before you get this baby back. If you don't cooperate. Yeah, I don't think this is even about fertility issues, though. I don't think they're giving her baby to a family, leaving the white out of it because they're having fertility issues. That's not what I see here. I see inside this family, there's a problem. There's good news coming. There's good news coming, Syesha. Syesha, wake up, Syesha. Wake up. Do what you have to do. Be the mother. Don't let your husband do this to you. Time to wake up. Snap out of it. Snap out of it, Syesha. Ooh. The Hermit card tells me that she absolutely knows what this is. She knows. The Hermit card. She doesn't want to speak on the truth of her situation. Judgment is in her hopes and fears. I think if she admits to the truth, I think that she gets her child back. But I think in order to get her child back, she has to admit to some controlling things that are going on in the household. I also think that they are broke. All right. I think that if you want to help, I know that they have a GoFundMe out there because I think they are really, really broke at this point. I also think being broke might help her get to her answers quicker. All right. Syesha, I see you coming out of this. I see you coming out of this very, very strong. I think your creative entrepreneurship will rise out of this experience. I also see you as very magical, and I think anything you do is like gold or turns to gold. I think you're having some aggression placed upon you. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick to it. Does anybody tell it, Tracy? Oh, hi, Sky. Right? Do you believe me, Sky? Very interesting, Paris, that he wanted the baby to go to his mom. His mom raised that thing. His mom raised him. That's not the best option. That's why they wouldn't consider family. Because I was like, why wouldn't they give it to a family member? You know, I've done many readings where women have lost their children, but it's with the grandmother. It's with the auntie. Why wouldn't it? His mom. Yeah. No. I think the authorities know that she is being abused. I also think it's nothing that they can actually prove yet, so they can't state it, right? Mental abuse is hard to prove, but it comes out in the malnutrition of the child. No matter how you slice it, there's not a child near you that should be malnutritioned. There's not a child. This isn't about a B12 shot. There's not a child to be found that should be diagnosed with malnutrition. Period. Period. It's bigger than you and I. I honestly believe that the baby didn't want to eat. I honestly believe that the dad said to the mom, well, if he don't want to eat, he'll eat when he's hungry, but it's a baby. Babies don't understand your control. And I think she was unfortunately forced to listen until the baby became malnutrition and until the baby couldn't eat. Guys, this isn't a black-white thing. This isn't like a medical kidnapping. This was a medical intervention. And I think, Syesha, I think you need some counseling. I think if you admit your truth, you get your children back. But I think it's going to be conditioned on some issues that can you handle your husband? I don't know if you can get your children back and still be with your husband. I don't know. I don't know. I think you can get your children back, and I think you can get them back fairly fast. I think it's not about them telling you what to do. I think you guys made some huge mistakes in parenting. And I'm sorry, husband, you've got to take some classes. You, your wife, you got to take some controlling classes. You're abusive. And I'm sticking to it. Very Jim Jones-ish. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. You know, guys, I've been hurting on this since Wednesday. And I said, I didn't want to do it. I said, God, I don't want to do this reading because I could get the backlash, right? And so it's been on my mind since Wednesday. And I just, I was like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? It's a Black woman. How could I not read on my own Black female, but I could do a Britney Spears? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I was telling God, right? I was like, I don't want to do it. But how do I stick my neck out for Britney Spears and not stick my neck out for Syesha? That doesn't make sense to me. And Spirit didn't tell me not to do it. The human side of me was like, this is bullshit. So with that being said, we're not getting 100% of the story. And the story that we're getting it, if you look at some of her words, if you look at her account, nothing makes sense. I should see a timeline of this baby from birth. So did she delete pictures? Who's following her? Did she delete pictures? Could we tell at some point that the baby was malnutrition? Is she telling us, my baby's not sucking my breast? Like, where's those videos at? You know why you don't see videos like that? Because the husband was controlling her. She's a social media icon. Social media is what she does. Still does. She goes walking in the universe, in the, park. And look at the trees. I feel like the cardinal is my baby talking to me. Where's the videos after your baby was born? Right up until the time it was taken away. Who follows her? Because something would have been seen there. Any mother would have been like, something's wrong with that baby. So why don't we have a timeline from the birth of the baby? Also, why don't we have a timeline of her second pregnancy? She's a social media icon. Why are we missing very important aspects of her life that we would want to follow? And to be honest with you, when they took the second baby in the street and she was crying, if you listen to her words and if you look at her tears, there were no tears. And her words were that of an actress. I personally believe she was of gratitude that the second baby was being taken from her. Oh, you do follow her, Miss Jessica. Miss Jessica's like, I didn't see none of it. Right. Right. Hi, Miss Hollywood. Saw your cakes yesterday. Girl, they look good. So unfortunately, you all aren't getting Black on Black, like don't take out Black children. See, y'all don't get that shit from me. I don't live that way. All right. I'm all about the real ish. I'm going to tell it the truth, psychic, right? My spirits never lie to me. Never. Some of y'all would be like, Tracy, nothing you said came out true. 2 months later, it's like, Tracy, I need another reading. Everything you said came out true. I'm like, 2 months later, everything you said came out true. Right. Right. If you stop manipulating the reading, everything will come out true. Sheena, thank you. When they took the second baby, it seemed like she was like, oh, thank God. Oh, they're here. Okay, so let me do the act because the husband was taping, right? Oh, don't take my baby. Don't take my baby. Oh. No tears. Guys, come on. Come on, mothers. Come on. Tears, like real tears. They were in the hot sun. Her makeup wasn't even messed up. Something's wrong. Now, because you're a black woman and because you're suffering, Syesha, I got you. I'm not going to lie for you. I think it's really important to understand that there's a level of care for your husband over your children. I think you need some mental health counseling. And I would say take your time. The way I'm looking at it, with this aggression, that if we sign paperwork, it means we're guilty. Fuck that. It's my fucking baby. That's my baby. I'm going to admit to guilt to get my baby back. Fuck that. Do you see the control, even in that little aspect that I played, which was like perfect? Thank you, Paris, because it really worked to my advantage in my reading. We're not doing anything because do you know that if you sign? No, bitch, I don't know because I've never had my children taken from me for malnutrition. Did you know? Did you know? Like, who gets their children taken away for malnutrition? Yeah, that's another thing. I did see some older children. All of them need to be taken away, by the way. I was wondering about who the older kids were. Let me tell you something. Y'all better recognize, for the most part, I have found that if a man gets custody of his children, unless the mother is completely, I need to talk to that mother who got the custody of his children, because unless she's completely drugged out, which also might have been part of his doing, which is the only reason why you could lose custody of your children, he was manipulating in even getting the custody of the 3 older kids. Which means if the 3 older kids were there, they got a story to tell. They might know. I'm telling you, we're not getting the whole story. That's all. Now, I forgot that there were older kids there. They know shit too. This daddy is controlling. All right. Are we good? All right. I'll listen to it. Thank you. I'll listen to it better, Paris. Her response was, but my husband said, or I had to wait on what my husband's response. Oh, abuse. This woman's being abused by a controlling husband. Thank you, Bounty. Hi, pretty Brittany. Ian Kimberly said that her grandmother told her, you do anything and everything for your child or your children. You know, even when I was growing up, there used to be a time when mothers used to feed their husbands first, and the baby's children are sitting and the mother gives the plate to the husband first. My mother said, my children eat first. And she kept saying it. And I didn't understand why she was making a big deal out of it. Of course, my dad wasn't the type to like challenge my mother because she was crazy. But she would always say, my children eat first. And she would feed us, and my dad waited. His plate was last. Actually, her plate was last, but his plate was last. We ate before him. We used to eat at a real dining room table back in the day. And we had our plate before Dad. Always. Thank you, Terica. Terica says, I would leave my husband for my kids. I would too. I'd gladly leave my husband. My husband was the worst anyway. I was like, I'm out with no abuse. I'm just out. He was a dick, but he wasn't as abusive as he could have been. He tried it, though. He was more of a dick than anything. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this. Love you. Gotta go. It's always children first. I grew up like that. Thank you, Miss Jessica. Always children first. But remember, Remember, I keep saying she had postpartum. And in postpartum, depending upon the nurturing and all that stuff, he had an advantage. She was already down, and there, boom, he controlled her. All right. I had postpartum, and my son didn't want to take my breast, and I was like, really, postpartum is hilarious. And I was like, well, he doesn't want to take my breast, so I guess I looked at my husband. I was like, guess you're going to feed him. And I went to bed. I went to sleep. I went to bed. I would wake up. My husband would have my baby, and I'd come out to the living room, and I was like, did he eat? And my husband would be like, yeah. And I was like, that's good. I'm hungry. And he would cook me something, because everyone knew I wasn't okay. They just didn't know postpartum was a thing. Postpartum had not been a diagnosis when I had my baby. I also think C-sections bring out postpartums more. So I would really like to know if she wound up with a C-section. And then I would go back to sleep. I just wanted to sleep. And I would look at my baby, and I was like, oh my God, he is so cute. But I was completely disconnected from my son. Completely. I would look at him and I would go, wow, that is such a cute baby. All right, going to bed. And my ex-husband, I finally snapped out of it when my ex-husband was bragging to family. And he was like, I'm Mr. Mom. And that's, that did it, you little bitch. Like, you don't get to call yourself Mr. Mom on my mental depreciation through something. I don't even know what's going on. There's no such thing as postpartum. And that's when I snapped out of it. And I was like, fuck out of here, Mr. Mom, my ass. Thank God. Maybe she should leave and just give in to the system to get her children back. I would say both of them. I'm not a fan of separating families. I'm not a fan of a husband and wife separating. I think both of them need to do whatever it takes to get their babies back. That's the other thing about Black families. We're quick to say, well, she don't leave him. No, she doesn't have to leave him. Stop encouraging separations of our people. But get some motherfucking classes. Do whatever it takes. Husband, Syesha, do whatever it takes. All right. What happened? Oh, Tiffany. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Tiffany. Oh, wow. Wow, Tiffany. Oh, child. I am so sorry to hear that. Whew. And look at you. You're an amazing mom. You are amazing. But again, I'm wondering, do you know, Tiffany, if your mother had, because there's different degrees of postpartum. So did she have postpartum, one? And did she have a love system that was controlling her? Because there's a lot of factors for all that to come down. And where was her family? Where was her support system? Let me get some air in here real quick. And I'm talking about your mom. Where was her family? Where was her support system? Because that's not right. No, I can't get this one. Oh. All right. So keep me posted, guys. Let me know what any updates are. The updates that I really want to hear is that they concede to authorities and are taking classes. That's the updates I really want to hear. Every day that a day goes by, this child is forgetting his mama. And now we have a newborn. And the newborn needs to feel its mama, its own mama. Her family was around. They had to take care of me while she was gone. Oh, wow, Tiffany. Ooh, child, that's a lot. But just so you know, my mom was put on the psych ward too when she was 16. So I understand mothers in psych ward. She was 16 and used to see spirits, and you know, they went to a doctor and the doctor's like, it's not normal that she sees spirits, but in this world, in this metaphysical world, it's absolutely normal that you see spirits. And they put her in a psych hospital for 3 months. So I understand, Tiffany. And you're very gifted too. So I'm wondering, did your mom have a metaphysical experience and they labeled her crazy? Because that's what they did with my mom. And by the way, all her life, she saw spirits. They constantly came into the room. She used to sleep with the TV on to drown out the voices because she controlled them well enough. I mean, she lived till she was 72 with this, but she would always keep her TV on because they were constantly coming in her room. I didn't receive her extreme gift. My son did. My son used to see people. He used to visit other people's houses and see spirits in their house. He's like, Mom, I saw a spirit. So, because I knew what my mother went through, and I realized it was a metaphysical thing, I allowed my son to invest in seeing ghosts and spirits and all that stuff. Like, I'd be like, talk to me. What do you see? What does it look like? What are they wearing? Blah, 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 blah. And then it went away for years. When he was around 16, it went away. And then he was around 25, just before his son was born. And he's like, they're back. I was like, how do you feel? And he's like, oh, no, I can handle it. I'm like, okay. I haven't asked him about his spirits lately. My mom can definitely see spirits, and she can predict death. And they labeled her crazy because she said it. That's why she wound up on a psych ward tip. I already know. All right. That's why. Very similar story. And it doesn't surprise me that, you know, you and I have met, right? It doesn't surprise me because that's the agreement with God. Like the same pot of people get to meet up with very similar stories. I'm just glad you found your way, Tiffany, with the crystals. This is Tiffany from Escribo Gems. Just glad you found your way in the metaphysical world. Because now they can't take it from us. All right, this is as close as I'm going to get. Syesha, this card is for you. Make it good, God. Upside down, the Hermit. Ugh. Oh, Syesha. Oh, Syesha. I'm still in a reading. So the time frame that I'm looking at is probably up to 18 months. These people, she got the Hermit upside down. This husband and wife is probably going to withdraw from society out of fear or negative judgments, because I think that there's going to be more questions asked, right? I think it's going to go from these white people are taking my black child and putting them into a white home to, girl, what's really going on? And the more that there is discovery on what's really going on, they will retreat. That's not what I want for you, Syesha. But I understand that your husband controls you. And so you're going to wind up listening to your crazy husband. Shadow Hermit, upside down. I'm sick to my stomach. Shadow has hermit upside down manifests as intolerance, loathing, fear of others, which is already there, refusal to help those in need. I don't know what that means. Or refusing help, maybe. So shadow, okay, let's do it this way. Hermit, right side up, is who they were before this crisis, right? They were in the wilderness and they were selling vegan food and they were living, you know, with the trees and the stars and the birds and the cardinals, right? Because they're getting something from God, right? That's upright hermit, right? Upside down hermit is refusing to even listen to God, refusing to see the sunshine, believing that their stance is the right way. And if anybody questions them, which I believe is going to start to happen, then they're going to just pull out of social media completely. We may not hear from her until she gets her children back. When she decides to pull out, I think it would be unfortunate if you pulled away from us at this point, because I think at this point we can actually help you, Syesha. But in order to help you, Syesha, I think you have to admit that there might be some postpartum issues going on, some mental health issues. I think you're going to have to admit that your husband is completely controlling. And I think you're going to have to admit that your son wound up malnutrition because your husband said, don't feed him. If he doesn't eat what we give him, because whatever we're giving him beyond your breast is better for him, or maybe you weren't eating well and that's how your breast dried up, or whatever you were eating, the product came through your breast and your son didn't like the taste of your diet. There's a lot of factors going on here, but I think that everything that is happening to you is happening to you because your husband is a monster. So I think you both need some major counseling. And I do not like that your kids are away from you. But this is in the old days, Syesha. And counseling's a mandate for all of us. I mean, I've gotten counseling. So I encourage counseling all the time. And I think you guys are in need of some severe counseling that could last, up to 18 months before the courts would be willing to co-sign parenting. And I think CPS is going to watch you for the rest of your life. So you might even be trapped in Florida for the rest of your life. All right. Ooh, child, that was too heavy for me. Child. Do you guys agree with me? What's your thoughts on all of this? Good. If you can get past a painful past, it's worth it. Speak the truth. That's a good question. Tiffany, do you have a good relationship with your mom now? Oh, what did I am Deandra say? Oh, that makes me so sad. That makes me so sad, but I understand, Tiffany. Same thing happened to my mom. You have to remember our ancestry see spirits. Our ancestry see spirits. We're very powerful in the metaphysical world, and we weren't allowed to be powerful. So our ancestry, our lineage see spirits. All right, Tiffany, that means she's had a lifelong issue with mental illness, and that's hard. So you love her where she's at, Tiffany, right? You love her where she's at, wherever that is. Love her in spite of. What if she's aware what cow's milk does to the body and doesn't want to input cow's milk into her son? I'm saying that because I've been there before as a dairy-free vessel, and I love that. You still don't get your child to malnutrition, right? My son did not like cow's milk. And so we wound up using, at the time, remember we talking about 33 years ago, we didn't have a lot of options back then, but I think at the time we wound up on soy milk. So there's too many options. Enfamil and all them other baby products, they got all kinds of things to offer your baby. So again, it's not just was she feeding her child. I believe that some of it had a lot to do with how the husband controlled what the child could eat. Right? Love Virgo? Love Virgo says, I had to do soy milk too. I know. And the soy milk was fine. You know, there's certain formulas. When he finally took cow's milk, because back in the day, there were, no one knew, there was no such thing as almond milk. I love almond milk with my cereal. He might have been like 7 when he could finally take cow's milk. I am Kimberly. Yes, there's too many options. Yes. But Nature's Soul, like, I appreciate you, right? But I'm saying, first of all, they're out in the wilderness somewhere. Let's just start there. I did soy milk in 1988. See? That's all we had as an alternative, but it worked, right? Lipid. It was less cow stuff. I can't fully recall it. It was 18 years ago. Is that the lactose-free one, Lipid? I had to do something called Lipid. Why does Lipid ring a bell? Yeah, but the real Black Swan. You guys know this now about soy milk. We didn't have a lot of options. We had cow's milk or soy milk, and my son could not take cow's milk. Diarrhea for days. But he did better on soy milk, even if it offered hormones. We didn't have that educational system back then. You know? This is disturbing. Abuse in children, and they rely on adult parents for guidance. The children need to be removed. The show she's doing is terrible over social media. Right. I think that's another problem that I have, like to use Black folks in your story, like to use us when if this is really something personal. I don't even know what gripe water is. Oh, but it wasn't soy. Yes, it was lactose free. Then I know Lipid. Because he almost had a lactose problem, which is what we thought in regular milk. We thought it was a lactose problem. It wasn't a lactose problem. He just didn't like cow's milk. Lactose-free formula, yes. Yes, a lot of Blacks are lactose intolerant. Right? The Black Swan cow's milk made my baby sick, made my baby sick. He was not having it. I can't do soy milk at all. Right. So years later, what's the options? Almond milk. I love almond milk. Coconut milk. What else we got out there? The options are amazing now. Doesn't provide enough calcium, you know. Almond, and you know they do add calcium now, but from what my doctor told me, calcium is nothing that you should take in a pill form. You should really get calcium through food. So rice milk, no, I don't see rice milk. I don't see rice milk as an option in the stores today. Cashew milk, I see that. Yeah, I see that. I see cashew milk. Yeah, Alexi. I see Tamika Mori all up in this, and I would say to Tamika, not every case is about BLM. So I think in the long haul, Tamika, you might wind up looking silly. Sorry, sweetie. Oat milk, yes. Oat milk, yes. Rice milk, I thought rice milk was when you add the flaky rice to the milk to fill the baby's stomach up. That's what I thought rice milk was. But I guess there is such a thing as rice milk. I know Mexican families use rice milk, right? I think that's how they feed their babies, through rice milk. Oh, rice milk for acid reflux babies. Look at that. But again, let's go back to where they're living and how they're living. They're in the wilderness. Where's the closest supermarket? You know, do they even have the money to have an alternate system in feeding the child if it wasn't for breast milk? Remember, what I thought I heard was that they weren't offering an alternate system. I never heard, we tried this and we tried that and we tried this, and he just won't take it. What I heard is that they insisted that the baby breastfeed. That's what I heard, so I could be wrong. Oh. Well, Tiffany, I can only tell you how me and my mother survived our relationship. I left. She was crazy. She was really batshit crazy. And I loved her, but I was disappointed in her mothering. Because I was a really good kid. Like, I was a really good kid. And I really could have benefited from a mom that just loved me as is. But she didn't. She loved my brother, and he wound up mentally retarding all of his children. And I was very fortunate to have my dad around. And it was my dad that actually saved me from my mother. Yep. So they're over here on IG, Tiffany, and Billy is saying, Tiffany, I left my mother relationship too. I left and I'm still disappointed, and I love her from afar. Sometimes it's okay to love your moms from afar. They're coming from, post-traumatic slave syndrome. It's a history, and it's up to you ladies today to break those generational curses and make sure that you take care of your female children. The men will always rise, but the females are taking over. Yeah, I understand. Billy says, I saved myself. Yeah, I get that. But God allowed me to know that it's something higher on my own. Yeah, I have such peace on my own. Ooh, child. And, I've never been happier moving away from family. I'm of gratitude that God was like, get the fuck out. And I was like, okay, I'm going. And then the day that I was leaving, I didn't tell my whole family. I already bought my ticket. I didn't tell them. Packed up my apartment. And then when I finally told my mom, I was like, hey, so we're leaving and we're going back to California, and I love you. Goodbye. And she cried. And I was like, no. No, mother. Crying is an emotional entrapment. I was like, listen, I know. I love you. I gotta go. Goodbye. Tickets already bought. I'll never forget. My son and I came back to California on February 14th. And that was my love gift to myself. Valentine's Day. I did it because I loved me. Never had one regret. Zero. 6 months later, my mother had passed away, but I still didn't have regret. Nope. Nope. It was a really hard life. Yeah. Look at everyone having the same experiences with their mom. So sad. I mean, sad in a way that we're all like having the same experience with our mom. My prayer for you all is that you are being wonderful mothers today. Oh, Tiffany, that's so deep. So deep. Wow. Ariel, let's go back to the beginning of the video. We're not about to readdress this. Go back to the beginning of the video. All right, guys. So for all those that understand what it's like to have PTSS, post-traumatic slave syndrome, in your household, and for no one to realize that it's been generations of this atrocities that's been in our veins, and today you're capable of eradicating the pain that our parents have put upon us, I praise you all. I praise you all. All right. Oh, Tiffany, you're getting so much love from everyone. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a topic we can all talk about someday. That's why I'm going over to St. Croix, and that's why I'm going to learn womb therapy and figure out like how I can help you all later. Oh my God, you guys are so sweet. Feels good to purge, right? Tiffany, it must be really good to just speak your authentic, honest truth. I love that. Tiffany, that's Archangel Uriel. What you did today is Archangel Uriel, and I'm proud of you. I don't know if you saw the video, but yesterday's video, it's posted on Archangel Uriel. Woo, child, it was deep. It was so deep. And what you did today was speak your authentic truth, because Archangel Uriel wanted you to. And I'm proud of you. Thank you, Wolverines. I watched it. Oh, see? You must have been like triggered, because that was a real big, open conversation you had with us. Oh, child, I'm so proud of you. Oh, so much love going over here on YouTube. All right, guys. Thank you for this. Thank you. Thank you. IG, the cousins, they don't have attention spans. IG goes real fast. So I hope you all can go back and look at the video. It matters. This matters. All right. Bye, guys. Wait. Oh, it's hot as hell in here.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown.